Hi, this is Parker at Raiden Dynamics. Just wanted to come to you today with a little bit of a story. I've been digging into the statistics in Georgia manufacturing, and it just what I found today, or actually earlier this week, was just reminiscent of a story. I remember my dad was always working on his trucks, and he would be at the engine bay, hood up, something going wrong always. And he would have this screwdriver, real long screwdriver, and he'd have it up to his ear and he'd be poking that thing around different parts of the engine. And I had no idea what was going on. As a young buck, I think I was probably, 6 years old when I first remembered him doing that, and of course saw him do it throughout the rest of my life. But I was always curious for what he was doing, and I was painting the side of the house with a bucket of water and a paintbrush, or looking for buckets of air, little chores he would send me on that were super important, mission critical, of course. But the stat in Georgia, at least, 25% of manufacturing workforce is over 55 years old, which means you got 5 or 10 years to try to figure out what the person is doing with the screwdriver in their ear. Everybody in Georgia in manufacturing has these folks in their facilities. So you need to make sure you're reaching out to these people. A big part of what we do at Raiden Dynamics is documenting these processes and procedures that these guys have studied, figured out on their own. There's not a book for it. What we do is we make the book for it. So we digitize everything and document the process. That way, that knowledge isn't essentially lost for future generations. It might not be every day that the guy's pulling out that screwdriver to listen to the rattle in the machine. But when he does, he's the guy that everybody wants because he figures it out so quickly. So we need to talk to these people, document those processes, and then digitize it for the rest of the future generations. Because I guarantee you, if you talk to the 25-year-old and asked him what that 55-year-old was doing with the screwdriver in his ear, the 25-year-old probably doesn't have a clue. So we want to make sure that those types of processes are saved for future generations, and that your company, your factory, your plant remains thriving with all of the years of experience and knowledge that your employees have. So we're here to help if you need us, even if it's just a conversation. I never mind talking to folks. So if you want to know how we can help, please reach out to me. You can find my information here on LinkedIn. Thanks, and have a great day.